Alright friends, I am here with a giant TBR. No! I just threw books everywhere. I'm here with my November TBR. Let's jump into it. I know if you've been keeping up with my Instagram, if you've been keeping up with my videos in general lately, you'll know that I'm going to be doing a little bit of a creative shift. I'm going to be really focusing on my book right now, so my reading might fall off a little bit, but I have some books that I definitely need to get to, want to get to, and we're going to see how we do. I do have on my TBR for the month of November recommendations from some friends that they think I'm going to really enjoy and would like to see me get to. All of these are books, with the exception of one that were already on my shelves, already on my TBR. But the one that is the exception, I was already kind of interested in. So let's get into those books first. First up for my TBR is Everything All at Once by Katrina Leno. This is my suggestion from Chelsea Darling Reads. So thank you, Chelsea. This one is a contemporary / maybe paranormal twist. I don't know. This one is about an aunt who is a famous writer who passed away, left letters for her niece, and she's gonna go do things. 24 days, 3 weeks, take the leap. I'm excited. We're gonna see how this one goes. I know Chelsea really liked it. I think she read it for Contemporary-thon, possibly. But I'm gonna give this one a go, and you have no idea how glad I am that this one's on my TBR, because it's probably the only one that's like light and fluffy, with the exception of our Smutty Book Club book. Oh my god, my nose. And the Smutty Book Club book of the month this month is Her Holiday Treat, and it is by Tiffany Reese. Yes, that one. And that one's available on Hoopla. I think my library had it, and then Hoopla had it, and then it's pretty affordable on Kindle app as well, if you want to do that. Then Amber from Amber's Books and More recommended me The Broken Girls by Simone St. James. This is one that I got from Book of the Month in February, and I still have not read, although I did do a try chapter on it and really enjoyed it. So I'm excited to get to this one. I just haven't yet. It's actually one that I thought about putting on my October TBR, and then when she said she recommended me to read it in November, I said, all right, I will keep this for November. Pretty stoked on this one. Chelsea is from Books and Ponies, but also just Chelsea Palmer on YouTube. And Chelsea when I reached out to Chelsea, she said absolutely she would recommend me a book, and she recommended me The Reader by Tracy Chee, and this one is book one of Sea of Ink and Gold. This one is a piratey book, I believe. This is one that I've seen on Book Outlet over and over again, which is why I placed a Book Outlet order, which is why there's going to be a haul at some point soon. So I placed the order basically just for this book, which is all deckled and pretty. It also came signed, like surprise signed book from Book Outlet, which is pretty cool. Her father is viciously murdered. She's living life on the run. She flees to the forest with her aunt, the only person left that she can trust. They survive in the wilderness together, hunting, stealing what they need, forever looking over their shoulders. Then her aunt is kidnapped and she's on her own. Though reading is unheard of in their world, she slowly learns, unearthing the book's closely guarded secrets, which may be the key to getting her aunt back and finding out why her father was killed. And there's swashbuckling pirates and an enigmatic stranger. She sets out on a dangerous journey to rescue her aunt, using the book as her guide. And in the end, she discovers what the book had been trying to tell her all along. Nothing is as it seems, and at the end of her story, it's only the beginning. So this one I'm excited about. I'm not excited to start a new series this close to the end of the year. I usually try to wrap them up, but I am stoked to read this one, and Chelsea really enjoyed it, so I want to give that one a go. And then Melanie from Mel to the Annie, who is a gem and a just angel among people, recommended me The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, which has been on my TBR for forever and a day. This is actually a book that was gifted to me by Chelsea from Chelsea Darling Reads, and I'm going to try to read this in November, which is like over 670 pages. Yup, we're starting this one. I am excited, but I'm also nervous because this is a very large book, but I'm going to do it. I'm pretty stoked about it, actually, so if you want to read this with me, you let me know, because buddy reads for all books really help motivate me. So if you're interested, you haven't read it yet, let me know. Alright guys, sorry about that. My battery died and I had to swap it out, and now I feel like nothing is the same. Nothing looks the same. Anyway, so for my November TBR, I also have a couple other books that I really, really would like to get to. A couple that I know I'm getting to is The Waking Forest by somebody whose name I don't remember. I'll put up a cover here. I have an e-arc of that. I think I'm going to be reading that one with Melanie from Mel to the Annie. And then I will definitely be reading The Queens of Innisleer by Tessa Gratton, also as a buddy read with Mel from Mel to the Annie. You guys know I fell in love with Strange Grace. It's right, it's here. It's right back here all the time. I love that book. I loved her writing. This is a King Lear retelling featuring women, and that's all I know. I don't want to know more. I'm nervous. I don't do retellings. I don't do classics. I don't do historical. This is all of those things. It's also massive. I'm gonna read this in November. I think from the 15th to the 21st. So if you're interested in reading Queens of Innisleer and you have not yet, I can put a page breakdown on Twitter, because that's happening. And this is, like, yeah, they're so big. They're so big. I think In the Waking Forest is actually larger too, or The Waking Forest is actually larger as well. I don't know. I'm nervous. I'm nervous, but I'm excited. We're just going to do this. I probably should not put those books on top of my computer. They're just way too heavy for that. I'm going to put them back over here in my little book caddy where they're not going to crush my computer. Then I would like to read Vengeful, which already has the cover off. This is by V.E. Schwab, obviously. And this one is, I mean, it was a really pretty cover. It's over there, keeping safe and not ruined. Another signed book. And I will be reading this because I read Vicious this month. Yeah, this month. And I really want to get to Vengeful. So this is going to happen. Did I read Vicious in September? I don't remember. The point is, I really like Vicious, want to read Vengeful before too much time has passed, so I'm going to be reading this. And then I have another arc that I'm going to try to get to in November, and that is A Curse So Dark and Lonely, because I've been hearing nothing but great things. I really want to read this. This is a Bridget Cammermere book, and this has 484 pages. I feel like I can get through this pretty quickly. I believe this is like a Beauty and the Beast retelling. I'm here for it. I love Beauty and the Beast. I feel like I'm going to really, really like it. I feel like I'm really, really going to like it. I think this is going to be like my large fantasy saving grace. Maybe. I don't know. They could all be saving graces. They could all be amazing. I don't know. And then I would like to read Shadow of the Fox by Julie Kagawa. This is my Alcrate exclusive edition. This bad boy is also signed. And I really want to get to this before too much time has passed, because I know I'm going to continue to just get more and more and more books. And they're just going to pile on. It's just like the month of fantasy. I want to read all the fantasy. So this is going to happen. This is a Japanese-inspired story, and I am really intrigued by it. I want to read it, and I feel like the longer it sits, the harder it's going to be for me to do that. So that is my goal for November, is all of those books. So I think that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 of those physical books, 1 e-arc, so that's 9 books. And I think that's going to be it for my TBR. Oh, plus the Smutty Book Club books, so that's 10 books. That's going to be a really, really quick read. So 10 books on the official TBR. I have a feeling that I'm going to add and subtract from that list a whole bunch. And then I'm a little bit nervous because you guys know I like at the end of the year, by November, December, to be wrapping up series that are still left open. And there's a decent number of those that I have not started working on yet. So I still need to read a whole bunch of stuff to catch me up on some of my series. And I also just want to spend December reading my shelves and not bringing in as many new books, except for Christmas, obviously. So we're going to see what I can do in November with all those books. But if you're interested in any of them, you'd be interested in me breaking down the pages or doing any kind of a buddy read for them, let me know. I would also love to get to like Dance of Thieves or City of Brass. I know that you guys have asked me about buddy reads for those. You can see from my November TBR, I just don't have time for them right now. But when I do read those, I will do page breakdowns for them. I'm considering doing one for The Name of the Wind, just in case anybody wants to join me. I feel like that would really motivate me to continue with the story like a little bit better. So some of these may end up with page breakdowns, but if you want to join Queens of Innisleer or talk about that on Twitter with me as I read it from the 15th to the 21st, let me know. I can post that on Twitter as well. anything else on the TBR that looked interesting to you that you would like to chat with me about while I read it, let me know as well. I think it's going to be a slower reading month for me as I do reading vlogs, so I will probably have one vlog at the end of the month instead of multiple. Yep, but there will probably only be one vlog at the end of the month because I think I'm going to be doing writing vlogs, and I just don't think I'm going to be reading fast enough to warrant 2 different vlogs for the month, but we will wait and see. I also may or may not have a readathon happening in November that I might be participating in. I'm not sure. We will see. I will have details. If I am doing a readathon in November and I have more information on it, I will have that listed in the description box down below for this video. How about that? And then I'll have a separate TBR, an announcement, and like video on that coming up if that happens. So stay tuned. For now, that is everything. If you like this video, do give me a big thumbs up, click subscribe, and I will see all of you in my next video. Bye guys.